think that's the real challenge at the moment. Franchise cricket for some countries is more lucrative, more appealing than international cricket. I think in Australia we're lucky that international cricketers are paid well, but the other element to that is the pressure that's put on Aussie players and the time that you spend away from home. If I went and played franchise cricket, I could probably be away a third of the amount that we are for Australia. So I think it's a really delicate balance. I think, a world where they work in unison is obviously what we're all striving for. Using income streams for things like Big Bash to also put back into domestic cricket that then helps develop test players is an obvious kind of win that we try and do in Australia. But, I'd love for a world where it all kind of works together. I think some of the obvious things we can do is just around scheduling and making the decisions a little bit easier for the players, having deliberate windows for test cricket. Like in Australia, the test cricket is from November to January, and basically no other cricket's ever going to get in the way of us playing test cricket then. I think if we can have specific windows, say for IPL, but then also test windows, I think that makes the decision making for the players a lot easier. Test cricket was always my favourite format to watch, and I think that's the format where I really fell in love with cricket. And I think that's the importance of Test cricket going forward. You see, obviously, Ashes rivalries, big series against basically every Test playing nation. I think that's the thread that ties a lot of the cricket world together through Test cricket. So I think it's so important. It gives more context to the other formats when you play it as well. I think that's where people learn their craft, and I think that's where the real deep love of cricket comes for most fans.